What's good, everybody? It's your boy D-Nice with I2G Hip Hop, back at it with another review. Today we're reviewing the new album from Lefty Gunplay and JasonMartin entitled Can't Get Right. First and foremost, the site, www.illuminati2g.com. That's the word Illuminati, the number 2, the letter G.com for all your hip hop needs. Also, check out our YouTube channel. Like, comment, and subscribe at I2G Hip Hop. That's the letter I, the number 2, the letter G, Hip Hop, all one word. Let's get right into it. So, new album from Lefty Gunplay and JasonMartin entitled Can't Get Right dropped today. And I've got to say, first and foremost, pleasantly surprised by this album. You know, people have said over the years, and even during gangster rap's height, you know, gangster rap is dead. You know, lyrically, it has no substance. They're talking about violence all the time, yada, yada, yada. You know, I've been a avid hip hop listener for years, and I grew up completely on the West Coast. So, you know, I know nothing. I listen to music from all different regions, but, you know, I grew up on Snoop and NWA and Tupac, and, you know, the list goes on and on of, you know, gangster rappers, Ice Cube, West Side Connection, and listening to this album kind of has, you know, elements from a lot of the West Coast greats over the years. The production, first and foremost, is top notch. I would definitely say if you're a fan of Kendrick Lamar's GNX album, you know, this is right up your alley. Working with JasonMartin, you can definitely, AKA Problem, you can hear all of his kind of elements, and whether it's club tracks or, you know, up-tempo production, even if it's more harder edge songs that Problem has. You know, very melodic. His pen game is definitely top notch, and has you know, been a ghostwriter, you know, co-wrote and wrote and executive produced a lot of projects, and really you can tell his influence and touch on this album is felt throughout. Really dope production. Also mic and keys all over this album as well. You know, some bangers. Lord Forgive Me also was co-produced by Scott Storch with JasonMartin. Always great to hear Scott Storch production, one of the West Coast greats over the years, working with Dr. Dre and the Roots and so many different people. You know, Gangsters Get Scared, love that track as well. Scary Movie. You know, the new single that he did drop, Menace, which samples MCH, straight up Menace. You know, it gives you that old school 90s hip hop feel. This is a perfect example of that, you know, with the album and Game doing the hook and giving a few bars at the end. House Party, another dope track on it. You know, Grey Goose freestyle. Me, My Gun, and You kind of gives you 2025 kind of Bonnie and Clyde, or Me and My Girlfriend type of feel to it from the Machiavelli album. So it has some really dope production. It's got, you know, it does kind of give you that 90s feel, but with a modern twist. You know, kind of how Kendrick's album had, you know, samples, whether it's Luther Vandross or the different kind of old school samples that he had, you know, on that project. This also kind of flows in the same vein, but again, it has a modern sound and stuff that you could definitely hear on the radio or hear in the clubs. Lefty's delivery is a little tough for me at times, you know, just with the accent and everything. But, you know, lyrically, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say he's Razzcazz or anything like that, but, you know, he's solid with his lyrics. And like I said, this isn't rocket science or biology that's being talked about here. This is good West Coast gangster rap, and there's nothing wrong with having and listening to a great West Coast gangster rap album. And I like the direction that they went with this album. Definitely urge people to check it out. I'm gonna say about 3.75 out of 5 for me. Definitely got to give it some more listens, so it could round out to a 4. But for me, I'm gonna say 3.75 out of 5. Definitely looking forward to anything else Lefty's got going on out there. He's around some good people. He's around great production. So I like the direction that his career has been going, and his rise to stardom that he's had in the last couple of years. Again, the site, www.illuminati2g.com. Also, again, urge everyone to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel at I2G Hip Hop. That's the letter I, the number 2, the letter G, hip hop, all one word. We've got a ton of new interviews that will be coming out this week on the site, so keep it locked on the site. Also, we're on X at Illuminati2G as well. Check us out there. Facebook at I2G Hip Hop, also the same on Instagram. But D-Nice, I2G Hip Hop signing off. Lefty Gunplay, JasonMartin, Can't Get Right, 3.75 out of 5. Dope West Coast album. Urge everybody to check it out. Peace.